I think our camera's not working, guys. Let's see, we have a couple of people with their hands up. I don't think we can start the meeting yet. Let me invite some panelists. Ask to unmute, nope. Promote the panelist, boom, here's one. Here's one. Promote the panelist, here's another. Charles Taylor, promote the panelist. Let's go. All right, we got Nye. All right. I think so. I think we have everybody. I think we have quorum now. Let me see. Okay, because in room we have Sunshine, Tamara, Crystal, and then we have Nye. Let's go. Panelists. Nye, Charles, and Daniel. That's 6, baby. That's quorum. Okay. So let me pull up our agenda so I can go down this thing. And we will get started. Have this agenda open.
I'm loving the tie, Sunshine.
Hey, thanks. I wish our camera was working so we could have a wider view. What do you think I should do, guys? Maybe I should flip you guys over. Say hi. Say hi to your neighborhood, guys. There they are. The Zoom meets the IRL. Look at this. Okay. I got the agenda right here. I think that I feel a little bit too in the limelight over here, okay?
That's not possible for Sunshine.
So we have a split, so half of us are here and half of us are on Zoom right now. I think we changed the rules to where you could have 2 offsite meetings a year. And be a part of the regular board meeting. Is that right?
Yes.
That is, yes, so there you go. All right. Okay, with that being said, the time is now 6:16. We have quorum. Tamara, are you, yeah, okay, great. So 6:16, we're starting the meeting. First things first is public comment, right?
Announcement.
Oh, announcements. Okay, cool. Let's read off the announcements. Perfect. My favorite thing to do. The announcements are. There are no announcements. At least in our agenda meeting.
Pull up the agenda. Are you looking at the agenda?
Yep.
I haven't pulled it up yet.
Just reminder for the block party on Saturday.
Okay, cool. We have a block party on Saturday, and that's really exciting because we have a lot of really awesome players involved. District 13 is involved, Amoeba Records, Amoeba Music Store, and Capitol Records, and the W Hotel, and Empower LA, and a bunch of it's just going to be a great thing. Please get the word out. Let's all show up. We're having a raffle. We're going to have a bunch of giveaways. They'll be announced in our next email blast. With some comedy tickets involved in there too. So this is all really awesome stuff. That's the basic announcement. General public comment.
A non-agenda item.
On non-agenda items, up to 2 minutes. And we have some people on Zoom, and I'm just gonna go in order of how they are appearing over here. Okay, on my list, we have Audit LA, or do I have it? I'm gonna take them in the room first. Any general public comments in the room first? I think that's fine. You gotta head out at 6:30? Okay, cool. If you gotta head out to 6:30, let me take a couple of general public comments first, and then I'll make sure your report's gonna be like 3 minutes. I'll make sure you're out of here before 6:30, okay? We'll take a couple of comments, maybe mix that in. You think it'd be fine, Daniel? Probably. That'll probably.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's go up to 2 minutes with Audit LA. I'm putting the timer on.
Good evening. It's been a long time. Happy to see you, Sunshine, and always happy to see you. And now I want to talk about, Scientology, the same old stuff. They've been doing a lot of stuff. They've been trying to get protesters like myself arrested just for free speech, making up stuff. Thankfully, LAPD is getting smarter and wiser. But I did get assaulted by one of their attorneys inside the courtroom. Of course, I couldn't film there. So it's been getting kind of tricky. And so I just want to keep it on your radar that they also often, I have proof of them coordinating with the city attorneys to go after protesters. So they're just getting to where they feel that they can get away with everything. So we're constantly bringing awareness that they are the ones who are breaking the rules. They're the ones who are doing human trafficking. They're the ones who are doing destroying families and family disconnection. They are the ones doing abuses of R1 visas. They're the ones who are having street parties. They were denied a permit, and they still shut down the street for 3 days without a permit. Anyone else would be arrested, and so it's just ridiculous. And I'm going to keep coming until the city divorces itself from Scientology, and actually helps the victims rather than help those. Like the city's going against protesters who are peaceful protesters, right? They're sick and tired of this abuse, and they're sick of the city being involved with it. And so, but the city then, kind of, because I guess they have a loud voice and a lot of money, they coordinate to go after protesters. We need to be on the same team. We need to say no to human trafficking. We need to say no to R1 visa abuse. We need to say no. Okay, we need to say no to attacking, people in courtrooms and injuring their foot just because you're having a hissy fit that they're there. Okay, they have to stop doing this stuff. And then, and because they look the other way, then all their adjutants that people.
That's time.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, we have a comment in the room.
Here we go. Issue. I was just. Yesterday. That's the bull. Because hotels. Music. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, loud outside. Here, close your door. Those instances. What is
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think that's two comments we took. I'd really like to take our government representative, because we really love having our government representatives come, and we want to treat them with the utmost, get them out of here if they need to be out of here. Hey, how you doing?
How do you want that? Bills that she. This. Bills include. Victims. Which will. Victim. Qualify. Or churches.
People were being punished for that. So. And then we also, she also introduced the Housing Act. The obviously on the level that's. Also been working on introducing the National Film Tax Credit, which will help bring film production back here to the United States, of course, back here to LA where it belongs. As a film producer herself before she entered politics, she very much understands the challenges that Hollywood is facing right now and wants to make sure that people are still able to afford to live and work where, in the communities that they've been for a long time. In terms of fighting back against the Trump administration and protecting democracy, she was recently joined by several congressional colleagues, such as Congressmember Judy Chu and Lee Correa, in the press conference in front of the Jimmy Kimmel Studios on Hollywood. When the Trump administration and FCC attacked Jimmy Kimmel, just to defend his First Amendment rights and to oppose any efforts to silence journalists and media organizations. She has also led 34 of her California congressional colleagues in support of an independent review of the Paramount Warner Brothers merger and their impact on jobs here in California. In terms of what we've been doing in our district office, literally this past weekend, it's in the past, sorry, but this past weekend we did a passport fair in Park La Brea. We had 200 people sign up in order to get their passport documents processed, quick and easy. It was a huge success. We were really excited by the amount of people who turned up for the event. We'll definitely be doing more passport fairs like that in the future. So although you missed this one this past weekend, feel free to follow our social media or sign up for our newsletter, and we'll update you when we do another passport fair. Also, our office is able to do any federal casework like for Social Security, taxes, immigration, anything to do with a federal agency. Please feel free to call our office. Our office number is 818-524-4384. That's it for me. I can take like one or two quick questions and then we can get going.
Actually, Eric, we don't do questions for government reports,
Okay, sure.
but your information is on our agenda.
I'll leave my business card on the table here.
For sure.
Contact.
Awesome. Hey, guys, our president's here. So he's doing this thing. Oh, here we go. There we go. There we go.
Sorry I'm late. I had a doctor's appointment, but I knew we were in good hands with Sunshine. It's good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Eric, for your report. Have a great night.
Good night.
Public, I was gonna ask where we're at. Okay, so we're continuing with public comment. I think I heard. Great question.
Now
We were
we are.
not, but
Not-
now we are.
Perfect.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Are there any other, well, I'll get the TV going. Are there any other public comments from folks who are in the room with us today? Or Sunshine, do you want to do public comment from Zoom and I'll do the TV or?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, let's keep rolling with the public comment. And also, I wasn't able to get the camera. Is the camera not working? Cool, thank you, sir. All right, so our next public comment? Awesome. Public comment in the room. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I could answer. We can't answer while public comment, but. Okay, so taking our next public comment on Zoom. And we have Laura FM at Anderson.
Hi, thank you. Good afternoon, good evening. I'm actually just calling in to, as a member of, or an ex-member that was born and raised in Scientology. I'm seeing a lot of the infiltration and a lot of the city infiltration recently. Being a member that was born and raised in it, I was trained and we were like pretty much demanded, not pretty much, demanded, enforced orders, programs to have things done like, the Hollywood parade and all these things infiltrating the city so that the Scientology feels like the city needs them, or they're spending the money on giving whatever it is, setting up the author services is the group, the Galaxy Press is a Scientology group. These are front groups of Scientology, and these are the people donating and giving money to the Hollywood parade, putting that all together. They also infiltrated the Faith in Blue events. They're on the, they've infiltrate the neighborhood councils. They'll see what the city needs in Hollywood, and then they'll jump on that as if they are, offering the help when they don't help. They have people like me that were indentured servants who signed billion-year contracts and who would be forced to go out and be these PR people to the city. But when they go back to their organizations, they're on slave work hours. They don't believe in mental health care. They don't believe in psychiatry. They don't believe in believe is not the word. The enemy is psychiatry to them. So how is it even possible that Hollywood anywhere is associated or working with Scientology? Is just really horrible. There have been so many stories like mine that have been put out there. Child X, that's the most recent book that our friend put out, that was born and raised and is explaining how the city infiltrated babies and children as the illegal, inhumane shit that was going on. And then you have books like Jesse Prince, who
10
wrote The
seconds.
Expert Witness, and he literally shows how they infiltrated the city and the government to get their tax status. So please don't do anything with Scientology. Stop associating with them at all, with their parades, with anything. They should not be associated at all. And I know that's hard, but it needs to be talked about and it needs to be stopped. Scientology cannot be a part of anything that Hollywood is going to get better at. It won't happen. Scientology is a manipulative cult.
Time. Oh, there it goes. That's hilarious.
Don't say that.
Okay, dokie. Thanks. That's enough. Thank you. Up next we have Lionel.
Yes, Lionel Morris, speaking as an individual, I'd like to echo the comments made by Laura FM and Audit LA. Scientology is a cult, not a real religion. They're misleading the public. They are using some kind of psychological manipulation against ordinary tourists and people, so they must be held accountable for their actions. Number two, write this down, ladies and gentlemen. To the mayor's declaration of local emergency for agenda consideration. Given the significant impact the smoke has had across the city of Los Angeles, particularly in Boyle Heights, I recommend adding this matter to your agenda for potential discussion. It is possible that this item may appear tomorrow's Los Angeles City Council agenda, or alternatively on Wednesday or Friday. Please take care and stay safe. The council file is 26-0906, 26-0906, declaration of local emergency, because the smoke has impacted a huge swath of the city of Los Angeles and the county of Los Angeles, and has affected many people. I've heard complaints from constituents that they have smelled smoke. People have been coughing. There's this toxic smoke, and the city, in my opinion, should do more. Should declare a citywide emergency, because many people are suffering, especially our neighbors, our friends and neighbors in Boyle Heights and East LA area, because carcinogenic, that's cancerous. These toxic smokes, all these chemicals. I mean, the company should be held responsible. They should be paying the liabilities for costing the city millions of dollars because of this health hazard. Thank you. I yield the balance of my time. Power to the people.
Thank you. Okay, we have CLG Veronica LeBron. Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, first I'd like to note that I wasn't able to hear any of the public comments from other speakers, including, I believe, whoever showed up for Representative Laura Friedman. So just, I would ask that you please ensure that people are speaking into the microphone if one exists there, for people that are watching remotely. Secondly, I understand that the Hollywood Recreation Center isn't set to be completed until May 2027. But I will note, I'm concerned about that timeline, given that the digger that's been sitting there hasn't moved in months. And the pile of dirt that's been sitting there hasn't moved in months. There has been zero activity. In the meantime, our children have been left 2 summers without a place to recreate, without their baseball games, without their soccer games, no fields, no playground to play on. And I get that Hugo was busy with his campaign, but what is he doing to make sure that this park is going to be completed in time? What are you doing to make sure this park will be completed in time? Nothing has moved in months. Months. So I know it's exciting to get a groundbreaking photo, pictures of construction workers. Nobody has been doing anything on that.
20 seconds.
Secondly, I showed up with several neighbors at the March meeting to discuss SB 1211, authored by former Senator Skinner. And I'd like to know if any of you have actually looked into the bill and the harm that it's caused many of the constituents.
Thank you. Next, we have Henry.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, I think I missed one, but sorry, you'll go next. Yes. Thirty seconds. That's time. Thank you. Cool. We have GC's phone. 1 second. I'll talk. 2 minutes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so a few weeks back, a man was stabbed to death, Barry Henderson, and one of the people that was arrested for that was Patrick Perry. Several people that have been protesting Scientology have made you guys and have made the LAPD aware of Patrick Perry. And he's a good example. 2024, Aaron Smith Levin was there. Patrick tried to sick his dog on Aaron. He went and hit him in the head with a cane. And then Tim Tallman of the LAPD came, and Aaron ended up getting arrested, though they said detained later, whatever, but he was in the police station for several hours. Meanwhile, Tim Tallman's having Patrick Perry empty his pockets, and what does he have? He has like 7 or 8 knives in his pocket. And then he's arrested for stabbing someone, ending their life. You know, like that's weird. Like, how come when he was backing protesters into the road with a baton that like popped out and the LAPD was told about it, why was he still on the streets? How come nothing was done about that? Why does it have to take someone losing their life for him to get arrested and face some consequences, hopefully? He's been a danger to Hollywood Boulevard for a long time. His dog is so nice, but he uses that dog as a weapon, sicking it on people.
30 seconds.
He's hit someone on video in the head with a cane while they were using their First Amendment protesting Scientology because they grew up in Scientology. And he goes and he gets hit in the head and the dog gets sicked at him by Patrick Perry. I yield my time.
Thank you so much. Okie dokie. Oh, we have Mr. Daniel Sokolowski.
Hey guys, no, I just wanted to be added as normal speaker, Sunshine. I messaged you too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't have public comment. I'm attending. I wanted to just join as the panelist.
Oh, my bad. Gotcha. Missed you.
Oops. Can you hear me okay still?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I just confirmed. Okay, cool. Thank you guys.
I think so.
Awesome. Last call for public comment. If anyone would like to make a public comment for items that are not on the agenda. Very good. Then let's continue with our government reports. We heard from Representative Friedman's office. I think we have Nick from Senator Ben Allen's office in the attendees. If you don't mind making him able to sunshine.
Yes, Nick, there he is.
Promote on this.
See on mute. There he goes.
Hi,
There we
Nick.
go. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. Nick Ferries, District Representative for Senator Allen. Happy to give you guys kind of a brief update on what's going on in the state legislature. So first, I just wanted to note that we are currently in our budget discussions. So we're kind of trying to finalize what the state budget will look like for the upcoming fiscal year. We've come to a two-way agreement between the Assembly and the Senate, but are working on getting the third party, the governor, to come together and agree on a budget deal. So I'm happy to update you guys once that is finalized, likely around this time next month or maybe a little bit later. But in the meantime, a lot of our bills have crossed over from the Senate side over to the Assembly. And so I'm excited to say we had 13 bills cross over, many of those dealing with wildfire recovery. But also we've had some exciting opportunities to co-author some bills that I think are exciting, hopefully for this group, namely AB 2319. That's the post-production tax credit bill. We were the author of the tax credit for film and TV that passed last year, and we're happy to kind of shore it up with the post-production tax credit because we want to make sure both production and post-production are occurring in the state. So happy to co-author that bill. That's a Nick Schultz bill. That's essentially all I have in terms of specifics, but if anybody, I guess there's no questions, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to email me. I think the neighborhood council has my email. If not, I'm happy to put that in the chat. And thanks and have a good evening.
Thank you, Nick. We do have Nick's email in the chat. If people want to reach out, I want to give the board members an opportunity to ask any questions. Any questions for Nick? Awesome. Thanks, Nick. We look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you.
Assembly member Chavez Zabur has a new representative that's going to be joining us. Alexandra, I touched base with, is not able to join us tonight, but she is going to be at our block party on Saturday. If anyone wants to meet our new representative to the assembly member. Otherwise, Alexandra will join us next month. I didn't see Mandy. I don't think Mandy was here with us today. For Susanna, I didn't see in the attendees. Nope. I think that might be it for our elected officials, but we do have with us here Dean. Oh, I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry, Michael. I missed you completely. I'm so used
District
to- I'm so
13.
used to looking for other-
Well,
Come on up, Michael. Michael's our new
Did you guys-
representative from CD 13.
one of the things featured on at the party is gonna be me versus Michael for saying that the party was canceled.
Great to
Can't hear him.
I know on your bicycle, getting there also be benches there. Like on that. But in any case, yeah, July 19th, Ciclavia World Cup final. I'm sure to check that out. Another. PD13, all of us here together, we've done it so far. We have had the largest attendance of World Cup activations at the Echo Park Lake. That's right, we have about 830 individuals, under 1,000 if people's listening. 830 individuals come out to watch the match, the Argentina match, and the Argentina match had a huge draw, the Mexico match had a huge draw. We're gonna continue throughout the whole summer with these World Cup activations. So if you want a cool place to watch the match, check out Echo Park Lake. It's massive screens there. There's also food vendors, tons of activations, including carnival games. Bring out the whole family. You can watch, afterward, you can also rent one of those duck boats there. You can go out there. Those are fun, family-friendly events there. So be sure to check that out. And then we mentioned the Art Out Party. That's gonna be great. In terms of policy work and so forth, folks might have heard of residential voting. The residential voting procedures have moved forward on that. That was last week. That was a big vote of not familiar residential voting. The whole process right now we're looking at is to put forward a ballot that allows the city council to explore residential voting. So there isn't like suddenly this passes and it's residential voting is allowed. Just gives future council the ability to explore residential voting. If you're not doing residential voting, it's common practice in many places. We're not groundbreaking by any means. It's been happening since the 18th century. Residential voting just allows in certain elections, specifically if you think about school boards or so forth, folks who have a stake in that would not generally be authorized to vote in election will have a say. You can also think about this in certain matters, terms like business owners who have their commerce here in the city of Los Angeles, but are residents, they would also be allowed to vote in certain elections on certain things that impact that. That's moving forward on that. We're excited for that. We're excited that passed through the council there. That's going to be we're very happy to host some work on that. Things that impact you every day. But Dina and Peggy and Renee, we're proud to know that we've been working hand in hand with the Bureau of Street Lighting. We are addressing loads and loads of street outages, street light outages there. Our team is working with the Bureau of Street Lighting. We have our deputy director working every single day to ensure that the team are crisscrossing CD13. We're also moving forward to allocate more funding to the Bureau of Street Lighting, as you guys might have, if you guys all recall, Prop 218. There should be Prop 218 about the streetlight assessment there. That's a big one. Big one. As you know, the assessment that was used to fund street lighting has not been updated since 1993. So all you account for inflation and everything, consumer price index, everything has been accounted for except for street lighting. So street lighting hasn't been updated since 1993. With excessive Prop 218, we hope to bring that up to code, modern areas there so that we can address more street lights. Get this place right up, because we can't just let the stars shine. No? But no, and I did hear, I know we don't normally do it, but I did hear the Hollywood Rec Center came up, but just also wanna, the Hollywood Rec Center is under construction. That is 100% true. Y'all see it. But I also want to make note that the Hollywood Rec Center's pool, fully open. It's fully open, it's accessible, it's got summer activations. They'll be having an activation in the coming weeks to celebrate their summer kickoff. We'll be part of that, and I just know that there's some folks who are unaware that because, there's major construction at the rec center, that it's completely closed. But no, the pool is open. You can access that, that's totally fine. So be sure to check that out. And you take any other questions or any of that, so that's it for me, folks.
Thanks, Michael. Any board members have questions for CD13?
I have a question because Anna East was handling it for the Hollywood Arts Collective, but the noise complaints with the Hollywood Hookah Lounge and Dream Hotel, and it's been an ongoing issue now for a few years. Nothing's happened.
No, you are correct. Those complaints that we received in terms of activations that happen at private establishments such as hotels, hookah lounges, and so forth, are definitely on our radar. We're addressing that. I do have some meetings on the books for this week regarding that specific subject matter. There, we'll be looking at how we can develop a better neighborhood practice that we can distribute on there, and then also speaking more broadly to our hotel partners as well as our concert venues and theater partners there and so forth. Essentially, to ensure that noise ordinance, that everyone's in good standing with noise ordinance, that more importantly, residents, businesses and so forth have an avenue to put forward any concerns about this. So that is on our radar, so much so that this week we will be into that.
Mike, can I ask, has there been any update in terms of getting our community bulletin board at Delancre Park? The handsome gentleman behind you is our fiercest advocate for the community bulletin board. It's with RAP right now?
It is with RAP. It was submitted. I can check in, I can circle back with you guys on that. But I know that at the last meeting, there was funding allocated for that. You'll be, and Chair Daniel will be spearheading that submission to the RAP that's in there. So I can circle back with y'all to find out how what RAP's next steps on that one.
That'd be helpful. Thank you. And you mentioned the pool. I did get confirmation today. Our annual pool party is going to be on Friday, July 24th from 4 to 7. So that was a very fun event for us last year. The day that the pool is open for free to the community. So mark your calendars, and I'm sure we'll post out updates and save the dates for the pool party. Any other? Oh, Dina, can I invite you to give your report next? Thank you so much, Michael.
Good evening, everyone. Been out months now, so it's good to see everyone. And again. Thank you for making public. So your meeting is official. And moving forward, so thank you for that. Let's see. Let's see. So the Joy P. Atkinson Neighborhood Council Excellence Awards, formerly the Empower LA Awards. Nomination deadline is June 30th, 2026. So if you have any nominations, please get them in as soon as possible. Budget day is going to be this Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at City Hall. And you can still register. I know you guys are having your block party, but maybe, you know, if anyone wants to go to budget day before that, you can stop by City Hall. We will take care of your parking in the main City Hall parking lot if you'd like to stop by here before going to the block party. One of the new updates since I've been out is the city clerk's trainings since January have been postponed as far as the topic specific funding program workshops. The other thing that they are doing is the financial officer funding training, which is required by the funding officers, treasurer, credit card holders, and signers, will be conducted on a one-on-one session with your neighborhood council's NC funding representative. So if there's anyone who needs to take funding, or if you need to, anyone, you know, wants a refresher, they're now doing that one-on-one, which I think is really good. The 2027 Neighborhood Council election information sessions are beginning on July the 15th. The first one is July the 15th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the West Los Angeles Regional Branch Library. The second one is Saturday, July 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon in Van Nuys at the Branch Library. The fourth one is Wednesday, July 22nd, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Harbor City Branch Library. Saturday, July 25th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Piper Tech downtown. And the last one, Wednesday, July 29th, is going to be virtual, a virtual citywide session from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, we have new agenda templates. I'm not sure if you are aware of them, but the new agenda template includes the SB 707 updates. And I will provide a link for that one in case you need it, as well as there's a second template for in-person only meetings. The SB 707 meeting, those agenda templates, they cover your hybrid meetings. And now also we have internally agenda deadlines and weekend posting support updates. Empower LA recognizes that volunteer schedules and agenda finalization timelines can be weekday submission deadlines challenging. To help, limited agenda posting support will be available on Saturday and Sunday afternoons for a short period to support Brown Act compliance. This update was also shared at the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. Please note that staff will not be available for agenda posting on city holidays, including we've already passed February, and our next holiday is going to be Friday, July 3rd. So we provided a list of dates, you know, just for the board for posting, just to remind you guys like what days, Mondays, Sundays, you can post. Additional resources. I understand you guys have a couple of new board members. We have a link to our Neighborhood Empowerment Board Manual that will be provided with you, for you with my updates when I email them. Assessing your council file management system for new board members or general public. If you are interested in any of the council files, you can go to the Office of the City Clerk's website, and there is a direct link to the council file management system. The city clerk funding has its own newsletter now. The department used to incorporate their updates in our newsletters, but now they have their own newsletters. So if you guys have not gotten them, been getting them, please reach out to your funding rep and ask them to put you on their list, so you can get them. Let's see, in reference to the LA 28 Olympics updates, as part of our ongoing commitment to keeping local organizations, residents informed and engaged as we prepare for Olympic Games. We are pleased to invite you to the monthly installment of the LA 28 Relations First Fridays webinar. And the first one that they did was on June 5th at 11 a.m. And I don't have the date for the next one, but I know that some of the neighborhood councils have gotten, presidents have gotten emails in reference to meetings that they are having, and there's only 2 board members from each board that is in the vicinity of where the Olympics are being held, that are being invited to the meetings around organizing in their areas. And last, we have the Teams of LA Film Festival Film Fest submissions, which is now open. The Los Angeles Public Library's annual Teams of LA Film Fest is an opportunity for young filmmakers to showcase their talent, enthusiasm, and creative spirit. Student filmmakers under the age of 19 entering grades 6 through 12 are encouraged to submit their short film. And the book trailer, Central 100, the book trailer, Central 100, documentary short, experimental short, live action short, animated short, micro short, music video, or public service announcement category by Monday, July 6, 2026. And we do have a link for you for that, and that my updates.
Thank you, Dina.
You're welcome.
Any questions, Michael?
So, sorry, no question. I just had one more now.
Oh, yeah.
I would have to.
Okay.
Any questions for Dina?
I do actually.
Yeah.
Hi Dina, first of all, welcome back, thanks to you. Actually, I have two quick questions. The first one is regarding the NC funding that we're supposed to be doing by August. There's like a quiz or something.
Yes, I understand that there is a new NC funding training that I believe all board members are required to take by, was it August
I think
30th?
it was August.
Yeah, because that was just the topic of conversation earlier this morning.
Okay.
And it's my understanding that the city clerk funding wants all board members to understand, how the funding process works. And I think it's a good thing,
Yeah.
because
And did I understand though that what that's gonna do is reset all of us for a new, I thought I understood it to be in 27, we're all gonna reset on a new 2-year.
I will
Together.
check on
I'm just
that,
curious on that.
because I'm not sure on that, but I will check for you.
Right, so just what I'm getting at, I guess, is that, when it is 2 years, will some of us overlap? Will we have to do the normal, like, how does that work?
Yeah, I'll find out from city clerk funding.
Okay, thanks. And just my second thing was just about the transition to the Google Workspace. Is there gonna be something coming to us with a little more information on how that's supposed to work? How we're gonna be accessing things from the clerk and whatnot, where they're transitioning out? I know that's happening now, so.
Yes, definitely. That is something that is in the works, and they're still working out and updating, putting it up for me. And I'm still learning it. As I come back trying to figure it out.
I'm lost.
Yeah, so yes, so
Thank you.
definitely. So we'll probably do trainings when we have something that rolls out. So I'll check out a training for the board members. Workspace.
Just locating things. I think that's the issue, just knowing where to go to locate it. That's all.
Great questions.
Thank
Any others for Dina? Very good. Thank you so much, Dina. Michael.
Just one more update. Fires impacting Boyle High site. CD14 is currently working 24/7 to clear fires and outdoor fires. As of some point, there are a lot of council offices. 13 at folks are also accepting volunteering. Interview shipments in to team, feel free to reach out to me and connect coaching office or their Instagram. They have their content for folks who let help unload us and thank you, Michael.
Let's keep this party rolling. Next up is, do we do consent calendar? No, not yet. Okay. I would like to move that we approve the consent calendar. Is there a second?
Second.
Sunshine seconds. I'd like to ask any board members if they'd like to move any items from the consent calendar to new business. Very good. Then I'd like to take public comment on the consent calendar. This is the meeting minutes and the monthly expenditure reports. Are there any public comments on those? See you, Michael. Very good. No public comment on Zoom. I don't see any hands raised on Zoom. Then let's vote. Let's start with our friends online. Charles, how do you vote on the consent?
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
don't have any objection to it. Thank you.
Very good. Daniel?
Approved.
Thank you. Joseph?
Likewise, yes.
And I. And we'll come back to Nye. Tamara?
Yes.
Sunshine?
Yes.
Daniel votes yes. Michael? Yes. Perfect. Nye, are you with us? Boulevard Nye has no vote.
Abstain.
No vote for Nye. They may have stepped out. Okay. New business. I'd like to invite our friends from Ciclavia to come and supplement Michael's introduction for what's happening on the 19th.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Carmen.
Come stand in front of the camera so that this thing can see you, because it's really awkward when you're talking, and you can talk to them and we'll,
Okay.
we got you back.
My name is Carmen. I work at Ciclavia. I'm the volunteer coordinator and I'm also on the outreach team. And we're so excited to be bringing our Meet the Hollywood route back to the area. We were here in 2024. It was such a blast. So this year we'll be here on Sunday, July 19th. The event is going to span from East Hollywood to West Hollywood. So it'll be 6.6 miles of car-free streets for the community to come out, bike, walk, skate, play. It's going to be a great day. As Michael mentioned, there will be a huge screen set up for the last match of the World Cup. And there will also be programming before and after the match. There'll be DJs, there'll be a dance workout. It'll be a really fun time on Hollywood Boulevard. The streets themselves will be closed from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that includes Hollywood Boulevard from Virgil to Orange, Highland from Hollywood to Santa Monica Boulevard, and Santa Monica Boulevard from Highland to San Vicente. There's no parking on the street beginning at 1 a.m. So please let everybody know because we hate to see a car get towed. And WeHo, that time starts at 4 a.m. We are going to have, if you see here, there's going to be 10 areas, these little yellow lines where cars will be able to cross the route. And then these little tents you see here are our activity hubs. We'll have 4 activity hubs with full programming and services. And then a little pit stop that will just be services like porta potties, water, and free bike repair. Our team does some very extensive outreach along the route. We go to every door twice. They're currently, they just wrapped up round 2 last week of talking to all the businesses and residents on the route. We work with churches within 2 miles to make sure they're aware of the event as well. We do tow-away flyering 3 times a week leading up to the event. We also have a third-party street team that flyers all 1 to 2 blocks within the route. We have Spanish-speaking staff. We have bilingual collateral. And then for Hollywood, we also do our notice in Russian, Thai, Armenian, and Spanish. So we do a lot of work to make sure everybody knows because we want to cause as little disruption as possible to the community. We want everyone to come out and enjoy the event. It's also a great opportunity for businesses. They tend to do well if they participate in the day. They can see up to 60% raise in sales that day. They're allowed to just come out and activate their sidewalk to draw people in or sell things on the sidewalk that day. If you're in WeHo, you do still have to fill out a permit, but in LA, you just set up on your sidewalk. So if anyone's interested in that information, I can share it out with the board. And then I would love it if you have anyone in your life that needs to volunteer. We always need volunteers.
super easy, great for high schoolers. We take anyone ages 14 and up. We also have group opportunities, like nonprofits and community groups who wanna promote their organization that can also volunteer with us and do that. And yeah, well, I just hope everyone comes out and enjoys the day again on Sunday, July 9th. Any questions? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm a member of the West Hollywood Bicycle Coalition, and I just got an email this morning saying that the CBOB is not providing canopies, tables, chairs this year.
For
To have a booth, set up on the street, and I was just curious why that is.
budget.
Budget?
Yeah. So, yeah, if you bring your own, obviously we won't charge you that, but if we do have to provide it for you, we will have to charge this.
And that's just purely budget.
Yeah.
It just seems ironic because Bicycle Coalition is part of the whole. deal.
Yeah, that's across the board. Yeah, it's not like per organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Carmen.
Oh, there's a question online.
Oh, okay. Yes, I want to get to your motion after we get public comment finished.
Okay, here we go. One more question. You have up to 1 minute. Gigi's phone.
Okay, so I assume from what you said, you talked to all the businesses and the churches, and I'm assuming that included the Church of Scientology. And I assume that that means that they're involved in this. I just want to know if you guys are aware that they use these types of things for good PR and recruiting, and if you guys are going to prevent them from recruiting during this and keeping the focus on what it's supposed to be about.
Our outreach to churches is strictly to let them know about the event because most churches do hold services on Sunday. So it's on them if they want to reach out to us if we're causing any disruption to their members' access, but that I know of, they haven't reached out to us. But also any business that is on the route can freely use their sidewalk, so we can't prevent any of that. But as far as I know, they have not reached out to us directly to participate.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, I wanna, you can take a seat. If you could just stick around for a second, we're gonna talk about tabling. Tamara, do you want to make a motion or give background?
Well, first, I guess I should just ask is it still too late if we were interested in having a table? Because I think we couldn't get our board enough bodies to man a table, so I think we turned down the offer to table. Is it still possible?
I'll have to double check. We're aware that you haven't formed yet, but we feel positive.
Good.
Okay. Oh, okay. Was it like that last time?
No,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I like your style.
And then, like he was saying, so does that mean that we would have to provide our own table and things like that? Okay, interesting, but it would still be like in the hubs section.
yes.
So yeah, I didn't fill it out because we didn't get staffing for it, but if Abundant Housing LA is gonna have a table and you want us to co-table with them,
Yeah.
that's something we can.
I've been trying to contact someone because I'm also a member of Abundant Housing LA. And I've been we really are interested in tabling and I have not been able to get a hold of anybody. So I just thought like, can we partner with CHNC to share a space, which we can talk about as a board. That's something we're interested in.
It's too late for us to approve an expenditure, so if Abundant Housing LA would have to pay the deposit.
Okay.
But if you think that Abundant Housing LA can pay the deposit, we can as a board decide if we want to co-table with them.
Okay.
Is that something you'd like us to consider?
Well, is it possible to for Abundant Housing LA to just have their table? Is it still possible for another organization to?
Check out. You can definitely reply to tomorrow.
Okay. Can I get, because I've just been told to email the info at Ciclavia, which I have a few times and I get no response.
No info.
Yeah, because that's kind of. It's for the appropriate team. I can check.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Is there any, so I guess our next steps would be if Abundant Housing LA gets a booth, can you let us know so that we can supplement if we so desire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So, I mean, is CHNC interested in still tabling? Because, you know, I will pull double duty if we want to represent CHNC and help, but this is initiated. It seems like our presence is initiated by Abundant Housing wanting to participate. So I'm just wondering, like, you know.
That the national neighborhood.
Oh, okay. I'd see. So we would have to, what's the rate outside of that? 350? 250? Is that reimbursed as well, or is that just?
Yeah, that's the neighborhood.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So it might be a no-go this time around then. But
Okay.
it's always next time. Or we can set up a booth outside the hub. Yeah, I'm looking at our sign-up sheet and no one said they were available on July 19th. So bummer, but we're getting some new board members onboarded, so hopefully things like this will be able to have a presence out in the future. Okay, let's move on.
Well, wait, so could we, I mean, if I'm pulling double duty, I mean, does that count?
Yes, but you'd be the only one because that no one else has said they're available to
Yeah.
help.
I mean, that's okay with me, if that's okay with the board.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you want to be at a hub, CHNC can't buy a hub booth or put down the deposit for the hub booth at this point in the fiscal year. So if you want to be at the hub, Abundant Housing LA has to pay $250.
Okay, or wouldn't 150 if we're doing like sharing the table?
We can't even, we would have had to approve that expenditure last month.
Okay.
Yeah, the city's fiscal deadlines are pretty onerous.
They're dead.
Okay, Tamara, can I ask you to give a report on the Hollywood Provider Association's Hollywood homeless count?
Yep. Okay. So let me just make a note here real quick about what we talked about. Okay. So the Rand Corporation has been conducting a homeless count monthly for the past 18 months to sort of cross-check what it wasn't intended, it's not like a challenge to LAHSA's homeless account. It's just supplementary to just sort of keep as an accurate account on homelessness as our homeless numbers as possible. So basically what was found is that the numbers are the same. So let me find my notes real quick. So if you all remember the homeless count that LAHSA conducted in 2024, which it comes out the following year. So in 2024, like the LA Times, all the publications were celebrating that homelessness went down, which is technically true, but it's not as significant of a decline as like a lot of, a lot of people made it sound like. It would be more accurate to say that it didn't increase. And so we found that through 2025, it still hasn't increased, which is good. That's good news. The difference is that tent camping has decreased. You don't see as many tents as you did in previous years, but rough sleeping and vehicle dwelling has increased. Rough sleeping meaning just seeing bodies, people, just a body sleeping on the sidewalk. So rough sleeping and vehicle sleeping have increased. Tent encampments have decreased, but the number of people, of individuals, has remained the same. Now there's a lot of factors that go into this. So I guess we can just start there. And then if anybody has questions, can provide more information.
Yeah, let's take public comment. Does anyone have a comment or a question in the room or on Zoom? There's someone with their hand raised, so check if you could unmute. Henry. For a
This
minute,
meeting
yeah.
is being recorded.
Yes.
Seconds. Thank you.
Now, that's specific, he's talking about an audit of like funding. This is specifically just about the numbers, and they're, as he mentioned, they are correlated because, you know, the count, the population of our homelessness neighbors reflects, you know, how much funding we do receive from HUD and things like that. But just clarifying what the audit was he was talking about.
I don't see any more public comment. Any board discussion comment?
I just have a question, to clarify. You said, the numbers have remained the same, or the numbers were the same. Could you just tell us, clarify what was the same between discount and RAND, analysis?
Yeah, so the RAND findings is that in 2025, the homeless population in Hollywood, sorry, I should have clarified. These were specifically targeting Hollywood, downtown, and Venice, because those are the three sections of Los Angeles that have the most dense homeless populations. So this RAND study was specifically was in Hollywood, downtown, and Venice. So in 2025, the amount of people experiencing homelessness remained pretty much the same. The exact numbers, I'm gonna have to like pull up the document if you want. Do you want like?
No. I guess what I'm getting at is doesn't this kind of, if I'm not mistaken, isn't there some city hall touting of increases that, I mean?
That was for the previous year.
This was previous.
Yeah. For 2024, homelessness did go down slightly.
So then for 25, you were saying that is not the case. It's flat, right?
It's flat. Yeah. And me personally, I would argue that 2024, even though technically, like I was saying, a lot of publications and the mayor's office certainly were touting that homelessness went down, but it went down by such a minute number that it would have been more accurate, in my opinion, to say it did not increase.
It was, yeah, okay.
And that's what we're saying this year as well. Now, also I would say that, you know, keep in mind that, you know, a lot of people have the opinion that we're putting so much money into addressing homelessness, and a lot of people are saying, but we're not seeing the results. And this finding saying that the numbers have remained the same might seem on the surface level that there aren't results. But what I would say to that is that we have to keep in mind that homelessness is directly connected to housing. And when you get 10 people off the street and move them indoors, 12 more people just got evicted and ended up on the street. So there's a constant flow of people who are falling into homelessness in this city constantly, because it is a direct result of our housing costs and how unaffordable the city is to live in. So though it may seem like no progress is being made, the fact that the numbers haven't increased, in my opinion, is not nothing. That is still showing that the numbers have not increased. Meanwhile, the influx of people moving onto the street continues. So as we are addressing the homelessness crisis, that's why it's so imperative that we also need to be addressing the housing crisis, because the two of them are directly correlated.
Thank you. And I just, real quick, I think I speak for the whole board. Should your ongoing.
Read.
No problem. I wish I had more info for you, but yeah, any other questions?
Very good. All righty, we're gonna keep moving along. I'd like to invite, I believe we have some representatives from Californians from Affordable Living on Zoom. If you could raise your hand in the Zoom window and we can allow you the opportunity to speak. This is not a voting item, just a 5 minutes or less presentation on some local ordinances regarding self-checkout machines. So we have our representatives.
Yep.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, welcome.
Hello, everyone. I have a slide deck that I can share really quickly to stay within those 5 minutes. Let's see. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. So as mentioned previously, we are here on behalf of Californians for Affordable Living. We are here to share some information about some self-checkout ordinances that are popping up throughout the state, most specifically starting out in Southern California. Alrighty. So as I mentioned, we are a growing coalition dedicated to addressing the ongoing cost of living crisis in the state of California. We see it and we feel it every single day, whether that be groceries, gas, or regular household items, or even rent and things like that. We constantly see that Californians pay some of the highest costs in the nation, and that is what our coalition is here to address. And so our first challenge that we are facing is ordinances, copy and paste ordinances, seeking to regulate self-checkout. Cities across Southern California are implementing these ordinances. In fact, they've already passed in Long Beach, Costa Mesa, and Santa Ana. These mandates heavily restrict the way that businesses choose to operate their self-checkout stations. And in fact, an independent analysis estimates that these mandates would cost consumers nearly $500 million annually. And the way that we see that is through higher operating costs for companies. And we all know that companies can only absorb so much. So that'll either be directly passed on to the consumer in forms of higher grocery costs, or we can expect stores to reduce hours because of the cost of having to hire more staff or having to pay all those non-compliance fees due to those strict mandates. In addition to those increased costs for consumers and businesses, it will also be felt in the form of higher groceries, but also convenience will be negatively affected. So we can expect to see a 5-minute trip to your local Albertsons, Safeway, Walmart, Target turn into a 30-minute trip for quick less than 5 items. And so, as I previously mentioned, these ordinances have passed in Long Beach, Costa Mesa, and Santa Ana. It's important that we call out that we've seen this playbook before, specifically in 2021 with the Hazard Pay Act. In fact, also Hazard Pay also started in Long Beach, just like these self-checkout ordinances. And so we're here to just make everyone aware that these policies may seem very far away today, but they can be in your backyard tomorrow. And actually, Los Angeles is currently in the report back phase, along with Glendale and Anaheim. And that's pretty much all I have for everyone today. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present to you all.
Thank you. I'd like to ask if there's any public comment on the presentation, comments or questions for our presenters. Seeing none, I'd like to ask for board discussion, comments or questions, either in the room or on Zoom. Michael.
Okay, so I just feel that, I want to do just a clarification, if I may, just in the interest of transparency and balance. I believe that you actually are with Swing Strategies out of Sacramento, which is a conservative lobbying organization. Is that correct?
We are not a lobbying organization. No, we are a public affairs firm.
But you are Swing Strategies, right? Out of
That is
Sacramento?
correct. Yes.
Okay, and isn't it correct that the $500 million that's being referenced is actually the windfall that came from the elimination of the jobs in the first place? And this is really the big retailers that are your clients not wanting to return, that money by having to be forced to hire people back.
No, so that independent analysis comes from what is estimated will come out of what businesses will have to pay when having to hire additional staff or having to comply with those fees that will be associated with those mandates. Each mandate is different on a city-by-city basis in terms of their non-compliance fees. Some have up to $5,000 per day for those non-compliance fees. And so that study is kind of just an overall estimate of what can be expected to come out of these ordinances if they were passed statewide.
Okay, thank you. The only thing I would just say to the board is just to be certain that we watch that things that we lean into are working for the working class people of Central Hollywood. Because I don't believe that this measure or any of these measures pushing back against jobs is a good thing for working class people in Central Hollywood. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Last call for board discussion. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you zooming in, and have a great rest of your evening.
Thanks, you.
Before we move on, I'm gonna go. It's being recorded though, because I can take the rest of the minutes over for Zoom. Okay.
Yes, and congratulations on your show.
Thank you.
Yay. We're super excited. We could officially say we support Fringe and its artists because our board has voted to be a sponsor. So saying that Tamara is one of the artists and supporting Tamara as an artist is within our purview as our as the official Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council position.
Right.
Okay, continuing on. I don't think we have our presenter for our alcohol permit on. Is Brett on? I think we're gonna table this or postpone this one for next time. We will. Okay, so we're going to postpone D. Okay, and now we're getting down to E. Okay, so I shared with our board on Monday of last week, I believe it was, the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners approved our amendment to increase our board size from 9 board members to 11 board members. So and that takes effect immediately. So we now have 11 board members, which means with Joseph joining.
11 seats.
11 seats, yeah, 11 seats. So with Joseph joining to fill Kalila's vacancy, we currently have 2 vacancies. So we'll put out in our newsletter on Friday that announcement and also maybe do some recruitment at the block party. But this is the official announcement that those seats are vacant, which means beginning at our next board meeting, we can fill those seats. We don't have to, but.
2 vacancies, does that mean we get to take a vacation?
No, that means we actually get to work. and table at Ciclavia and do the movie nights and do all the things. So this is the official announcement that our bylaws have increased. I mean, our vacancy board seats have increased from 9 to 11. The other, maybe Dina, can I put you on the spot, Dina? We submitted a couple other changes to the bylaws. Is there a timeline for when the department is expected to let us know whether those changes will be approved or denied, do you know? Lorenzo presented a bonk for our board structure change, but I don't know what the status is for the other changes.
I'll check with you. I just scheduled.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. But I do want to remind everyone that our bylaws as they currently exist allow for 2 absences from regularly scheduled board meetings. And then on the 3rd absence, as the bylaws currently exist, before our changes, you're removed from the board. So I talked with Daniel and I talked with Charles because I know we talked about this last time, and because they've missed 2 regularly scheduled board meetings, they're going to be sure to participate in the remainder of the meetings so that we don't have to say goodbye to them. So just want to remind folks of that requirement and ask if there are any questions or comments about the board structure change.
Charles just wants to say something.
Oh, yes, Charles, absolutely. Hi.
Yes, hey, Daniel, I think this is, it's a great idea to make sure we have more involvement with the board. But my one question is, usually when there's a change in, let's say, bylaws, let's say, for example, a change in the city charter that allows city council members, in this, obviously we're not city council members, but in this case, let's say neighborhood council members, to run for an extra term, those rules, they're not prescriptive. They don't look back. So they begin from the point of the time that the rules are implemented. So my thinking is maybe to ask for an opinion from the city attorney how this should be interpreted, because this actually raises a lot of complicated questions. So we missed the meetings before these new rules went into effect. So anyway, I don't want to belabor the point here, but to me, this is an important issue because I want to make sure there's clarity on how this is looked at and when this rule actually begins to apply. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Great comment. That's why I'm appreciative of Dina following up with the Empower LA department to see when our proposed amendments will get ruled on, because as you know, one of the proposed changes is striking that 3 absences and you're automatically removed, no questions asked. So that's why I wanted to be very clear, right? And the department might say, no, you can't change that portion of the bylaws. They've said no to other bylaws amendments before. So I want to remind everyone that under the rules we're currently operating, you have a 3 strikes and you're out policy. Right. Thanks, Charles.
We can't change it. Well, it's too late to change anything now.
Correct.
Right. Did we ask to change that?
We did ask to change that. We asked to make it a 3 absences and then your participation on the board is put on the agenda for discussion and possible action.
Got it. That's fair.
Yeah, just gives us a little bit more flexibility. Hello.
I just have a question is, once you're ousted, are you prevented from coming back on again?
Or not?
Okay.
So we have 2 new board seats opened. So if you're ousted right now, you can apply for the new board seat and come on back, baby. Welcome to America.
All jokes aside, we have a lot that we want to do as a board, and it requires bodies. We need people. It's more. We've talked about this. It's more than just showing up once a month for our board meetings. We do events. There's things that we write on in between meetings. The treasurer's position, as an example, requires a lot of work behind the scenes. The secretary. So I just want to emphasize that this board is a working board and we need people who are going to be contributing. And that's why I'm reminding people of that expectation.
You could actually work 80 hours a week on this board. If you wanted to, we're not gonna stop you. You could Gandhi it like crazy. Okay,
Okay, I think we have some public comments on this item. if you
Right.
wanna take those.
and Charles, I think your hand is down now, right? I didn't put your hand
Oh,
down.
yeah, let me.
All right, we have Audit LA. Up to 1 minute.
Okay, I'm really glad that you're
Yes, my
increasing
hand will be
the,
down.
hello? I'm glad you're
Yes.
increasing the board numbers, but I'm concerned because of where you're located, that a James Richardson, who is, like the highest level security chief at Celebrity Center, who's also on the pastor committee and all that stuff, that he will try to get on because they do infiltrate. But I want to let you know that when he was an adult, second in command at Celebrity Center, he was dating a 14-year-old, basically, from what I understand, coerced the mother to allow them to get married. He married her at 16, so he married a child bride. And there's a court case in California right now about how Scientology uses the child brides to cover up sexual abuse of adults with minors, because you can't testify against your husband. So there is a case right now in LA about a child bride situation. So I just want you to be aware that that person who did marry a child, I can confirm that with receipts, may try to get onto your council, and I would ask you and advise you not to, because we need to protect our children. They ran to Vegas because California would have had them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and we have
Look at you.
Gigi's.
Okay, so I just want some clarification on something. If the number of seats is now 11, does quorum change now because there's that many seats, or is it just seated members that count?
Quorum has increased from 5 to 6. Good question. I think we had a question or public comment in the back. Yeah.
So how do you guys decide who gets on board?
Well, you wanna come?
Here.
Great
Come
question.
apply next.
So we're elected and we have a staggered board. So half of us are elected every 2 years and then the other half the next 2 years for a 4-year term. If there are vacancies outside of that election cycle, then this board votes to fill the vacancies. So I'm sure that the department will help us to understand these new 2 seats. I'm guessing we'll put one in each of the staggered terms to keep it balanced. So say we fill both seats at our July meeting, one will probably be for a 2-year term and one will probably be for a 4-year term. But we'll have more information in our newsletters and on our website once we get that guidance from the city. Great question. Glad you're interested. Awesome. Any other comments or questions?
That's a really good question about the staggering, because I was actually looking, if we go with every single appointee plus every single person supposed to, I think there's like 8 people that will be up for election.
When I submitted the giant packet that the Bonk Commission required, I recommended the staggering. So hopefully that's what we end up going with. Okay, thanks everyone. We're chugging along. Okay, item F, our admin packet. Nye has asked that we postpone that one to our July meeting. So at our July meeting, we'll approve our annual budget for the 26-27 year. If you'd like to recommend, we start with the last year's budget and then make adjustments. As we heard in our next fiscal year, we'll have an election cycle. So we usually pull some money to do elections outreach. But if you have any other edits you'd like to recommend to the budget, feel free to send them to Nye so that can be drafted. And then of course, once that's on our agenda for next month, we'll have full discussion and edits and approval for our next fiscal year budget. Okay, item G is just a report and a question. So our first summer movie night is on Friday, July 10th at DeLong Creek Park. And I want to know what movie we want to show because I want to make sure we get that taken care of. I had put in some sample titles, but it looks like Daniel S., Crystal, and Joseph are going to be our staffers. So Crystal, you're here. Daniel S. and Joseph are online. Do any of you have or maybe members of the community have a recommendation for what movie we might show at the park on July 10th?
They're watching Spaceballs.
We're not putting on Spaceballs.
Oh,
Go ahead, Joseph.
I love science movies, so Interstellar is always an option, in my opinion. Let's go with what's the new Ryan Gosling one with the space? Oh my gosh.
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. Is that if that's
going for
out by then available, that would be awesome.
I don't know if that'll be out by then, but we can check. These are, I would say they'd be different types of movies than we showed in the past with our animated family
more,
style.
a lot
but
of kids, right?
That's okay. I mean,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
No. I mean, we've gotten requests for horror films in the past. So.
Not like Grease.
Grease. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts for what movies we should show for our next movie in the park?
Gone with the Wind.
Don't put
It's like
I think we should show a dog movie since everybody wanted that to be a dog park, like Homeward Bound, Beverly Hills Chihuahua, something like that.
Yeller.
Oh, Marley and me.
Following suggestions only, you guys.
It does get darker later at that time, so we probably don't want to do like a 3-hour movie. Oh, there's a hand up. Can we ask Audit LA for their recommendation?
Yes, I love the dog idea, like even go way back, like the Shaggy DA, like a classic, or just any really good dog movie. I think that's but I do love Interstellar though, like don't get me wrong. But I am just requesting, sorry, I have to say it, I just request nothing with Tom Cruise, John Travolta, or any Scientologist because their help, everybody that attends to them are Sea Org members who make slave wages. They do not pay, they're not allowed to pay their people anymore. And so we don't support slavery in modern day, even with our stars. So that's my only request. But other than that, let's do a dog movie.
Pretty fair.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Horror Picture Show. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That could pop off, yo. Wait a minute. If we do a Rocky Horror Picture Show, we might just hit capacity over there.
They're doing that at the Sphere in Vegas. I don't know if you saw that. That's gonna be fun.
I bet you we can compete.
I will say, I will last note, in the spirit of the new Toy Story 6 or Toy Story 5, we could watch considering the kids, Toy Story, the previous one, Toy Story 4, could be an option, just a thought.
Toy Story is an option. That's what I had as the placeholder for.
Toy Story is kind of always an option. Okay, wait a minute. Is that Tom Hanks? Is he Scientology? I don't know what's going on.
So let me ask, of the three, Daniel S., Crystal, Joseph, is one of you willing to be the project lead for this? I'm a tentative on whether I can be there that day, but I'm happy to train and prep and make sure all the supplies are ready in advance. But is one of you able to be the lead, Daniel, Joseph, or Crystal?
What I guess I would just need to know a bit more what all would need to be required of me.
Yeah, it would just basically be getting with me in advance to review the equipment list and set up and break down procedures.
Oh, well, that's simple. Yeah, I can be on that then.
Yay, the newbie is jumping in head first. Thanks, Joseph. I'll check in with you, make sure that you have everything you need, and hopefully I'll be able to be there. But these are fun events, and we'll put some flyers up at the park and send out in our newsletters and social media, just letting folks know. After July 10th, we have July 24th is going to be our other movie night, and we have Sunshine, Crystal, and Michael on deck for that one. I can be at that. Oh no, I'm sorry, I will not be able to be at that. Wait, that's our pool party now.
Isn't that day? That's what I was just gonna ask.
Can we do the movie at the pool party?
I've asked them and they said maybe next year.
So is that the same day?
It is the same day. Yeah, I think we should not have our movie night the same day as the pool party.
Yeah, it makes sense. Not to do that.
So how about Sunshine, Crystal, and Michael? instead of working the movie night that day, you guys are working the pool party that day.
That sounds like a good
Definitely
idea.
do that. Yeah, that's right. I love that. That was great.
Cool.
Okay.
Except that's not a 7 PM to 10 PM, but it's
It's
a.
3 to 7.
3 to
It's 4 to 7. I'll update this.
Okay, cool.
Pool party. Excellent.
Hey, I like working the pool party.
It's so much fun.
That is fun.
Okay, that's our movie nights. Block party, we talked about at the top. Anything else we want to add? Oh, Charles, yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is the pool party? You said, is that the Hollywood Recreation Center? Where?
Yes, the Hollywood pool behind the Hollywood Recreation Center.
Oh, okay. And that's going to be on July 24th. Right.
July 24th, I think it was 3 to 7, yes.
And we're ordering a bunch of
Okay.
pizza and stuff like that time, right?
We'll figure out what they want us to get.
All right.
Yeah, we'd love to have you if you're able to join us.
Are we only doing one movie
Yeah.
night this year?
Yeah, I'll try to make that one, but let me follow up after the meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Block party. We neglected to mention who was going to be the MC. We got a really cool MC for this year's block party. Super entertaining, lively, relatable, handsome. Sunshine, who's MCing the block party?
I think it was you.
No, that one's you.
Oh, snap, me, oh my gosh. Well, you can expect some inappropriate behavior.
That'll be good. If y'all are able to stop by Argyle between Hollywood and whatever is south of Hollywood at Argyle, this Saturday, it'll be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna focus on selling the tickets to the raffle, because we're gonna have a lot of raffle tickets. And also, if there's gonna be some fun people who show up over there, I might just throw them up there, have them say some stuff too. Who knows?
I love it.
We'll keep it lively.
Yeah. Okay, let's chug along. We're making good progress. I'd like to turn it over to Michael for items H and I.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna just put it as the motion. I'll put the motion out that we consider for discussion and possible action to reestablish the now I believe a year sort of paused legislative action committee as a standing committee, Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council.
I will second the motion.
Great. As I just said, it's something that has been paused since our last president left, who she was chair, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And I don't believe we've been really actively doing that. And I think that there's so much going on in City Hall, and with new people coming on, I think this would be a great moment for us to sort of beef up our committees. And I think this is, for me, obviously, this is a very important one to me, but I think it's very important to us because this is talking about our community impact statements and our interaction with City Hall. So I think this is a really important one for us to pursue.
Super.
Any public comment on the motion to reestablish the Legislative Action Committee?
Henry.
Yes. Take a minute, Henri.
This meeting is being recorded.
For sure. And I'm gonna predict what Audit is gonna say. Don't put on any social.
Stop.
Sorry. Good to see you.
I want to hear the prediction. Tell me at City Hall. But no, I was going to say, well, of course, we're always going to be looking out for Scientology stuff because we don't approve of slave labor in modern day America or religious visa abuse. But that being said, see, Sunshine was right. I'm all for it because I'm down there all the time anyway. So if you ever need, to ask me what's going on down there, I'll be happy to help because I'm there dealing with the city council all the time. So I think it's a great idea, man. I would love to go to those meetings. And and no Scientology.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any board discussion on the motion? I'll just say Michael did such a bang-up job running our ad hoc legislative action committee for our CD13 candidate forum. I can't think of a better person to take this on. Fully support of the motion. I see Nye and Joseph also have some comments. Go for it.
I second everybody. I'm glad this is coming back. When I first joined the board, It was this group, and I want to say, I think it was Plum. Those are like the two groups where I had no idea what people were talking about, but I learned so much with everything that was brought to every single meeting, every single time. And so thank you, Michael, for making this a thing again, so we can get some of those community impact statements out, possibly. So I'm excited. I'm excited. And I've already told you before, you did a great job with the candidate forum, so can't wait to see what you do with this new group. And just want to remind everybody that you don't have to be on the board to be a member of these organizations. You can I'm drawing a blank, that's why I keep calling, I don't know what the hell we're calling it right now, but committee. Thank you. It's been a long day. You do not have to be a member of the board to be a part of the committee. So Audit LA, I know you just asked, you would love to be a part of it. You definitely can sign up for it. You can come to these meetings. We'd love to hear your feedback and your opinions. So anybody that's interested in any of these committees, feel free to reach out to the chairs or just any of us on the board to see how you can join. But huge shout out to you, Michael, for bringing this back up.
It's Joseph. You're muted. You're still muted.
Hey, so my first job at my first nonprofit was as a legislative analyst, and I cannot emphasize how necessary it is for people to understand the gravity of the text and what's being done behind doors. So I think this is absolutely necessary. Yes, 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 all aboard.
Hearing no other board comment, we shall vote by unanimous consent, perhaps. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No abstentions, any objections, any
Aye.
nay? Very good, it's unanimous. Thank you, Michael.
Yay! The chair of our legislative committee, do we vote for that?
It's Michael.
Michael's the chair. Michael's the chair.
All right. Okay, so the next one is similar, but this is not, this is a committee that we don't have. I think, and same commentary that with new people coming on board and us going into the second year of our current term, I think this is a good time for us to start beefing this up with our committees. So I'm moving that we discuss for possible action, establishing a new rules committee as a standing committee of the Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council.
I will second the motion.
Okay, and so essentially same situation as I said, but for this, the thing that came to mind for me on this was when we were working on bylaws, actually. And there was so much to it. I was looking at it and I realized also we don't have a real standing rules kind of thing. I know you started to put one together, but we do so much in our meetings, and with 11 of us now coming, a lot of things are talked about. We vote on a lot of things, and obviously we have it documented and recorded, but I think we should have it in one single place so that we're following through with everything that we do, with our standing rules, things that we decide on for the board. And also I think what should be sort of, I would envision for the first meeting would be to have the members of that committee decide what their charge should be. Like what is it they should do, make the recommendation and bring that back to the board to approve what it is the board would like to see from that committee. But I think it could possibly involve elections, it could involve bylaws, it could involve just standing rules and things like that. There's a lot of stuff that we do that I think outside of, we've talked about the secretary is very overloaded. I think there's things that we can do in a committee to keep it sort of organized for the board.
Let's ask for public comment. Any public comment on the motion to establish a rules committee?
Audit LA.
Yes.
I think rules are very important. I absolutely support it. I think that neighborhood council should have like good, strong, different committees. But I would like to, I want to nominate Laura too. I want to join the other one though. I would like to join that legislative one. And I promise I can talk about other stuff other than Scientology when I'm not in my public comment time.
I mean, just as the person who was just put in as chair of that committee, and I would love to have you join. I'd love to have the public involved in this. I would love to have stakeholders involved. Most of our committees are just us and 2 or 3 of us, but I would love to have stakeholders involved. I think it's really important.
Awesome. I'll drag Laura too, because that way we can go hang out afterwards. All right. Thank you.
And we got Henry. Yo. GG.
Okay, I really support this, and seeing you in charge now and Elvina gone, like, and all the changes, like, there's a lot of positive ones, and this right here is very positive, so I support it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gigi.
Let's not roast Olina.
Any other public comments? Not online. Board discussion. So I support everything you want to do in a rules committee. My question is, logistically, it just takes time to run a committee with getting the agendas posted. That's basically the most, and it's writing the agenda, posting it to ENS, posting it to the website, posting it to the physical posting location. Would you rather have that structure of two separate committees, or do you want to do everything that you would do in rules committee in legislative action committee so that you just would have to do that once?
I'll be very honest, that was my initial idea. I don't know that it works though. I mean, if it does, I mean, like, works. Does rules become a subcommittee of legislative action? Is that okay? Like, is it okay for us to do that?
It's definitely okay. I've seen other neighborhood councils with like they have their set committees, and when something doesn't fit cookie cutter, it just gets added to a committee. So
Right.
I would say don't let that be your limiting factor.
Yeah, I mean, I just think these two things are really important, and I think they're related. But when I realized, like, there's two kind of pieces, unfortunately, I let the data centers start going crazy on me, and which I apologize for. But kept coming back with, well, if one's a subcommittee, then it has to, like, for example, with rules, subcommittee of legislative action, then technically legislative action has to approve what the subcommittee says before, right? Like,
I wouldn't do that if I was in your position, but again, I'm deferring to you, knowing that you're gonna be.
yeah, and I've already thought, like, this should be together, so I've even thought, okay, if we do a standing monthly, it needs to be like 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. for the next, like, they just need to run.
They can decide when they go.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to be together because they are really together, but I don't know. I mean, I'm open to what.
Well, why don't we approve, I would support your motion as written.
You
and
also
then
got Nisha here. Sorry.
I would support your motion as written, and then if 3 months from now you say this is a waste of time, or I think it can work as just one committee, then we can reevaluate.
Okay, that's good.
Nine?
So I actually have similar sentiments, kind of piggybacking off of kind of what Daniel just said. I don't think necessarily you need two committees for this. I love the fact of having it. The only reason why I say I don't think we need to is because technically, not even technically, but we can only send our bylaws once a year. And that period is only for like 3 months of that once a year, And so it's not like we can change laws and rules throughout the year. So I don't see you having that conversation every single month. I do think it's important to have the conversation though. So maybe like on a quarterly basis, to Daniel's point, adding it to your legislative committees that you're already going to have going on. So I like the initiative. My thing is that we had an entertainment committee before that sounded so great, and then nothing happened with it. And so I don't want you to add a committee that has great intent and then nothing happens because it's just not as, active as the other committee. So I would recommend you probably trying it out with doing it together the way you were originally thinking, and then seeing how that feels. And if that doesn't, if that feels like it's too much or too heavy, then maybe we go back and revisit in a couple of months, separating the committees. But for now, I'd recommend to you to just kind of keep it all as one and see how it goes from there.
Thanks, Nye. Any other board comments or discussion? Okay, want to keep it as two?
Yeah, I think as long as we can just kind of reevaluate, I think that's a good idea. Let's just start with the two, see how it goes. And again, the initial thought for me is first meeting is, what are we supposed to be doing? What is our charge? Bring that to the board, see how that goes. Maybe that'll decide it right there.
Yeah. Okay, the motion is to approve rules committee. And as I said, because we can't update our bylaws, this would be in our standing rules, but we're here to get the work done. Okay, let's vote. Would anyone like to vote in opposition to starting this committee? Vote no to the motion?
Yes, I oppose.
Okay, then let's take a roll call. So the motion is to approve a rules committee. Charles, how do you vote? Are our Zoom friends not at their computers, at their
Yeah,
devices?
No, I vote
Oh.
yes. It took me
Oh,
a second to
perfect.
get my mute off, but yes,
Perfect.
I'll vote to support the committee.
Thank you. Daniel? Daniel S? We didn't go that late. You kind of fallen asleep on me already. How about Joseph?
Yes.
Very good. Nye?
No.
Perfect. Sunshine?
Yes.
Daniel votes yes. Michael?
Yes.
Crystal? Let's try Daniel S. one more time. Are you with us? Would you like to vote? Daniel is a no vote. Okay, the motion is agreed upon. The rules committee is established with Michael as our chair. Thank you, team. Item J, discussion and possible action to proceed with implementing the previously presented chnc.org website improvements. Michael, do you want to take this one?
Sure.
And while you do that, I'll bring up the website.
Yeah, so since I put this on the agenda, it's an update. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's there.
Okay.
So I mean, I put it forward to just basically say what happened is what it amounts to, because it's just been something that looked so great. We all sat here tripping over each other when we saw this, and it just didn't come forward, and I was just really disappointed. So I pulled this up like this morning or something, and I saw that it was there. So I'm thrilled that this is here. This is great. This looks really, really good. And yeah, so thank you. I'm assuming this is Daniel.
Yes.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you again for this. It really looks spectacular. It's such an improvement. And yeah, it's what we should look like. So that's great. We'll be starts here.
Daniel, are you able to chime in at this point? I know you had mentioned training about updating the website. Do you have a timeline on that? Daniel might not be with us. Okay, well, he texted me because I was following up with him.
Right.
Where's the website? Where's
Right.
the website? Oh, there's Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, guys.
Hey, we were just commenting on how beautiful the website is and asking about the timeline for you hosting like the training so that we can update it.
So I can actually host the training whenever you guys want. We can do it one of these evenings so I can show it to you. I was trying to basically make it in like a lot easier way where you could basically do it without any training, but I haven't just finished that part out. But yeah, I mean, it's easily trainable right now, and I can show you guys how to update it.
Awesome. So maybe in coordination with an outreach committee meeting, we can talk about website updates so that
Okay.
we can add Joseph I don't think Joseph is on here yet.
When y'all want to do this meeting?
No Joseph yet. So yeah, we want to get Joseph up there. I thought we had an outreach committee meeting on the calendar. Is that? Okay?
I don't think so.
The next one is on the calendar shows Wednesday, July 15th.
That's what I have too. Does that still work for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so our outreach committee, Daniel, can we do a website training on July 15th?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So that'll be on Zoom for those of us who want to learn how to update the website, which I encourage all of us to do. So that way, maybe Crystal wants to post something happening in the community, or Michael wants to post something from one of his committees, or Tamara posts.
We're doing it at 7?
I have it at 6.
6? Gotcha.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel.
No problem, guys.
Okay, no, you're good. I think the last thing on our agenda for tonight, I didn't take public comment on that. Is there any public comment on website updates? No. Okay, last item, update on our traffic signal box painting project. So as we know, we approved an MPG to Arts Bridging the Gap to
Yes.
paint 5 boxes.
Yes.
During this meeting, I actually got an update that DOT has approved the designs and the locations for all 5 of our originally submitted locations. So
Could we see the designs? Cause I remember they gave us some designs and I asked them to make an upgrade to the theme of the designs.
I don't think I have an updated design, but we can get that. We can get that. But there was a point where they had said that these 2 right here on Fountain were not available due to planned construction, but I guess that construction is not planned anymore. So we have Cole and Fountain, Cahuenga and Fountain, Vine and Santa Monica, Highland and Santa Monica, and Highland and Sunset. So those are gonna be the 5 locations that Arts Bridging the Gap is gonna have our young artists work with their resident artists to get beautified. Guessing in the coming months. And they're also gonna let us know when they're doing the paint days, in case any of us wanna go and pitch in or take pictures. So I'm excited about that. Any public comment on that? Yes, Dina?
Email me those locations and also when you have the schedule for the paintings.
Yep. Any other public comment?
Definitely try to get some photos soon.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get photos afterwards when they're finished, but I like works in progress photos
that's
too.
what I mean, like,
Video.
knowing them doing it.
Yeah.
We should let the guys who are gonna vandalize them know.
Ah, sunshine. Okay, seeing no public, we do have a public comment on that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
And guess what? I'm not even gonna connect it to Scientology. It's just, I love the electric box artwork. The only thing is that they can get really ugly with graffiti and people just wanna mess with them. Somehow it's like it's a beacon of light to people who wanna do mischief. And so I just wanna make sure you guys are like, have a plan in place to where there's a cleanup or that, hopefully they'll, like, they're supposed to, I think, maintain it, right, afterwards? Because that's the main thing. You don't want it to become like a worse eyesore than just a plain box. So hopefully you guys will have something in place to make sure they're kept up. Sometimes funding goes away for that part of it, and then you're stuck. That's happening around the city where you get stuck a year or 2 later because of funding. There's no more funding.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, part of the agreement with Arts Bridging the Gap is they're gonna apply the anti-graffiti coding. They're gonna remove any graffiti reported within 24 hours. And then the city's 311 team also does a really good job of taking off those graffitis when reported. That's the end of our agenda. I'd like to invite any board members who have comments for announcements or requests for future agenda items. I have on my notes that we need to, when we approve our budget next month, also approve replacement equipment for the camera that I broke. But if there's any other agenda items people are thinking of that we want to include next month, now is the time. Any board comments?
The only thing I want to just check on, this was related to budget, I was gonna bring it up, but we're not doing it, so I just want to make sure. The 1170 that we were charged for interpreters for the forum, aren't we supposed to get that reimbursed?
We do get that reimbursed. They reimburse quarterly.
Oh, okay.
So
I just want to make sure we're gonna get that money back.
by the end of June, it should be in our account.
Okay, good. I just wanted to check on that.
Yes, good point. Very good. Well then, seeing no other,
We have one.
oh, Dina, yes.
SB 707,
We can definitely talk about that. Yeah. Our next meeting will be on July 27th. Joseph, did you have something before we adjourn? Sorry, I see you pop up.
Oh, no, I knew we were signing off, so I was just.
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure.
Next meeting, Monday, July 27th. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
We did it.
Yeah, I-
Thanks, man. Next month, July 27th, brother, come and
So
make
long,
a,
everyone. Bye.
this could be you. You could be one of us.
Yeah, join.